Shelley here, the Youth and Family Program Coordinator, and I'm here today to share with you our daily Bible reading from our Taking Faith Home Toolkit that we've been using as an entire congregation to learn and grow and practice our faith together each and every day. If you have a Bible nearby, you can go ahead and grab it and follow along as I read. Otherwise, you can also just listen. As a reminder before we get started, our focus for this week is love is at the heart of the Christian faith. And for Monday, we are reading Jeremiah chapter 1, verses 4 through 10. The word of the Lord came to me, saying, "Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. I appointed you as a prophet to the nations." "Ah, sovereign Lord," I said, "I do not know how to speak. I am only a child." But the Lord said to me, "Do not say I am only a child. You must go to everyone I send you to and say whatever I command you. Do not be afraid of them, for I am with you and will rescue you, declares the Lord." Then the Lord reached out his hand and touched my mouth and said to me, "Now I have put my words in your mouth. See, today I appoint you over nations and kingdoms to uproot and tear down, to destroy and overthrow, to build and to plant." So what stood out to you today in that Bible reading? I think the thing that I would take away from that reading today is that it's important that we speak up. You know, they talk about tearing down kingdoms and uprooting and destroying and overthrowing those things that maybe aren't good for the world and good for people. And so that can be hard to do, right? To stand up against what seems like the norm. But just because it is a norm doesn't mean it's always the right thing to do. And so what I kind of thought of as I read this passage is that God is there with you, where it talks about, he touched my mouth and will give me the strength and be there to rescue me and make it safe for me to speak up. And so that's what stood out. God's there when it's hard to speak up and maybe say, hey, that's not right. Maybe you have friends at school bullying somebody and you don't want to be outside the group. But sometimes it's still important to stand up and say, hey, that's not right. We shouldn't do that. And so in those moments when it's hard to speak up, it's still what we need to do. And God will be there to give us the support and courage we need to do that. That's kind of what stood out to me. Maybe you have somebody nearby that you can spend a little time talking about that idea with today. If not, you can also always journal about it or even pray to God. Well, I hope you are having a wonderful day, and I look forward to seeing you all again very soon.